Okay, everybody. Oh, lovely. Now, what do we got here? Well, this crap was working a moment ago. There we go. Okay. Now that we've finally gotten all the kinks out, welcome everybody to Chapter 4 of the Final Fantasy VI community playthrough brought to us by the wonderful folks at KupoCon. I am once again KrazerKap, as always. You can see a little bit of a backdrop here. I kind of got tired of you guys seeing my crap hole of an apartment, so I figured, I'll throw up a sheet. Actually make it look a little better. Again, I want to apologize for the late start that we had today. I was not really expecting for my laptop to go, hey, by the way, we've got these updates here, and we're going to take forever to configure them. So, again, I apologize, guys, for the late start, but we are here. We are ready to go tonight. Chapter 4, this one is called Origins. And our goal will be to save when the Imperial base is no longer occupied by soldiers. We'll save just before entering a cave. There's an Imperial base that when you first come across it, it's going to be filled to the brim with Imperial soldiers. After some events, we will find that it's completely empty. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it. Now again, just like last time, I'm really hoping that the notices that I've been putting out over Twitter, over Facebook and everything, even the promoting that KupoCon has been doing, really reaches some people so that we can get some people in here. I'd love to be able to do some giveaways tonight, guys, if we get enough people. So, especially because I've never really done it before, I'm excited to give it a try. I want you guys to be involved. I want you guys to enjoy this. So we're gonna see if we can give away some prizes tonight if we get enough people. Alright, guys, let's see what we can do here. I don't know what the hell that was. Anyway, prizes like last time, if we get to them, if we get enough people in here, they're going to be the same. I posted pictures of them on the Facebook and on Twitter. Basically, same as before, a bunch of like pearl bead keychains, sprites, including even one of a chocobo this time. So, if you're lucky, you might actually win a chocobo. But, as always, we're going to see what we can do here tonight. I hope everybody enjoys it. I'm going to try to be a little bit more chatty than I was the last couple of times, so I apologize about that. We're going to put the final touches here on getting ready. We're just about there. I just want to make sure everything else is up and ready to go. Let's see. So far it only shows that I've got one actual user in chat, which is me, using KTK Bridgetainment, of course, as always. Go! I'm going to hop in on my phone from my actual account just to kind of see, get a numbers count here on who's all in here. So far, really nobody yet, which is disappointing, but come on, Twitch. I know you guys get bored of watching, you know, the popular stuff. Give me a try for a little bit. And if you're watching on YouTube, again, welcome. You guys need to make sure that you're coming out here on Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, so long as I don't have any major technical difficulties. So, oh, that's disappointing. Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, so long as I don't have any major technical difficulties. I think we can turn up the music a little bit. I can barely hear the music. There we go, that's better. Anywho, it does not look like it's going to show me who's in the chat room. Yay. Well, if you are in the chat room and you want to say hello, feel free, please do so. I just wish I could actually see who in the blue hell is all in here. Ah, yes, the waltz. Now, those of you... Now, let's recap where we've been so far. We've been through 3 chapters. The first chapter, as I mentioned before in previous streams, we went from the opening credits till about the point where you had to choose a scenario. You had 3 different scenarios, and by that point that you could choose from. By that point, all we really knew was that we've got this mysterious girl. We don't know much of her. Her name is Terra. She was being controlled by the Empire, and she had some strange reaction with a frozen Esper up in the caves of Narshe. So then, they took her over to the Returner hideout. That's our little rebel group, much like Final Fantasy II. Did I just mention a Final Fantasy other than 6? Wow. No, I'm kidding. So the Returners said, okay, let's go back to Narshe and let's find out more about this Esper. In the middle of that, we found out, oops, the Empire's trying to head this way. So the team originally was supposed to split in 2 with our dashing treasure hunter Locke attempting to slow them down in South Figaro, which he did. And then along the way he met Celeste. And then the rest of the team got split up by mistake after Sabin jumped into the Leaf River and got swept away after a battle. Whoops. The main team continued on and met up, got to Narshe. Sabin met up with Shadow and Cyan from the Kingdom of Doma, who's kind of like a samurai, as well as the feral child Gao on the belt. Everybody met back up in Narshe. We're into chapter 2 now. And we got back up to the Esper, but it turns out the Empire's going to attack Narshe even if they're neutral. So, Narshe finally got involved. Then we started chapter 3. We fended off the attack on Narshe that the Empire was giving us. And then something strange happened. As we approached the Esper, it enveloped Terra in magical energy, which transformed her into an Esper. Come to find out, she's actually part Esper. So we've been charged with by the Esper Ramu to go back to the Imperial Magitech Research Facility in the Empire's capital of Vector to free his friends, because he was sure at least one of them could help Terra out. In doing so, we took part in an opera, which you're hearing the wonderful music of at the end. And managed to swindle the gambler Setzer into taking us with his airship over to the continent where the Empire is located. And that, ladies and gentlemen, has caught us up. So, without further ado, we're going to go back in here and we're going to continue this. And of course, like last time, I'm doing laundry tonight as well, so I may be taking breaks once in a while, but I'll let you know. Alright guys, here we go. What's up, Phantom Archangel? Thanks for joining in. Glad to see I'm reaching out to people. Alright, so just to recap as far as who we've got with us. We have Edgar, Sabin, Locke, and Celeste. Everyone's about roughly 15 to 17 in level. We've landed officially on the Imperial continent, so let's check out this first town here. Albrook. Ah, yes, another fan from the KupoCon's forums. It is nice to see you in here, Phantom. I'm hoping we get enough people in here tonight. Maybe we can do some giveaways, like I was hoping to do last week, but unfortunately we weren't able to, because we didn't get anybody in here except for 1 or 2 people. Let's see what they got for weapons here. Could probably do a couple of these. I don't think we're quite ready yet for... I think the yep, shield, the armory was over here. Who do we have here? He's got it equipped. 3 Bard's hats, as long as it doesn't make us look spoony. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Spoony Bard. If you're curious on what a spoony Bard is, play Final Fantasy IV. You hear that term all the time. Okay, so we've got, and I remember we had a couple of those white dresses from last time. So we're just going to go right through and optimize everybody. Empty. Oh, troll level sucks. And you see all the Imperial soldiers sitting around. Okay, like I said before, I'm going to try to be a little bit more chatty, because I kind of failed at that last time, and I apologize for that. Oh yes, I should be using my map here. Why I am not sure. Ah, I remember these Ralph characters. They attacked us in Narshi. I was hoping that would finish him, but I guess not. There we go. And lock learn to regen. Yeah, I know how that is. I know how that is. I try to cover the discussions and the challenges and whatnot from the forums in the video, and every time I record the streams and put them on YouTube, I always put them the same information in the description. So if anybody watches it on YouTube, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, you guys can feel free to join in the discussion in the comments. Just check out the and for some odd reason my sorry about that, my Xbox tried to activate itself through my Kinect, so but no, I try to put all the discussion stuff for each chapter in the videos, so if you guys are watching on YouTube and you want to join in on the fun, you know, join in the comments, in the discussions, and go from it. So, okay. Now I remember what I was going to do. Okay, so Edgar still has Ramu. It does add to the fun of the game. Let's see, who else did we have? Siren for you. Ooh, you've almost got slow and fire learned. Sweet. And then there's Cure 2 for you. I'll switch. Ah, yes, Red FF Wolf. Welcome back, buddy. Defying sleep for reasons beyond comprehension. Ah, yes. Well, hopefully it doesn't cripple you too soon. So, well, welcome back, Red Wolf. We're just getting started here. I started off a little bit late. I had some technical difficulties. Apparently, Windows 10 decided it wanted to throw mandatory updates in my face and basically say, we're going to take about 15 to 20 minutes while we configure this. So I'm just like, okay, I got a stream to start here any moment now, so let's get things rolling. But we got up and going. I got myself a new backdrop because I got tired of you guys seeing the crap hole of a bedroom I have behind me. No, it's just like an efficiency apartment, but still. You guys get the idea. What did Celeste have? Yeah, well, we welcome you, Red Wolf. One second here, real quick. I want to take a look at something over here in the chat. I was hoping I could get a separate list of our viewers at the moment, but oh well. We'll wing it. We'll see if enough people come on in. Okay, so now I can see everything again, the way I was hoping to. Yeah, I know how it is, guys. I know how it is. Alright, now before we go into the Imperial capital here, I'm going to go ahead and save. Actually, I might have a... Where is it? Okay. Sorry, of my whistling skills? No, you've never mentioned that. I was about to say, I get the feeling that if I start doing some of my character impersonations throughout the night, you might wind up jealous of that. I did a little bit of Grandpa Simpson there when I reached over to grab a cord for my tablet. You know, homie! Like, one of my favorite examples is from the Simpsons movie where they're like, when the mob is attacking them, and they're like, "Where's Grandpa?" And all of a sudden you hear, "I'm part of the mob!" Anywho, I am going to pull up the KupoCon forum here to kind of follow along with the where is it? Community forum. Here we go. I'm going to pull it up on my tablet and just prop it up right in front of my TV so I can see. And I can... That's not what I wanted. I didn't want introductions. I wanted public announcements. By the way, anybody watching either on the Twitch stream, brand new, or if you are watching on YouTube, you can find this community playthrough thread on forum.KupoCon.com. It is under public announcements and Final Fantasy VI Community Playthrough 2016. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna prop that. Let's do this. I'm gonna prop it up. I'm gonna stand it up straight too, so I can see more of it. Okay, so just to recap for everybody, on whether you're on Twitch or on YouTube, this is Chapter 4 of the community playthrough, titled Origins, and you're going to find out why as we go through. Alright, so here we are in the Imperial Capital. Now, if I recall, there was some extras and challenges and whatnot here in the capital. Specifically in the café. So let's head over to the café, if we will. I don't know if they've got one over here. There's Armory. Where is the cafe? Oh boy, we got busted. We are going to go ahead and just spam the hell out of spells. With the exception of saving, we're going to fry everybody. There we go. There we go. Got ourselves a little bit of a... Oh crap, we got chased out. Well, I don't know if that was in there, but... Red Wolf, I think we found something extra in this particular chapter that I don't think was listed in the forum. That if you get caught by somebody while wandering around in the town, trying to avoid this soldier boy here, and no, I don't mean the cat that screams out "Yo!" Oh, crapola. There. I want to make sure this idiot isn't going to spot me. Café. Okay, here we go. So, we... I know. So, one of the extra discussions here was listen to the man in the cafe in Victor talk about Kefka. Well, let's see which one. Not a problem by me. Shall I tell you something neat? We're going to say yes. All the soldiers in the Magitech research facility can use magic. That Professor Sid is truly a genius. Yep, there you go. We found Sid. Here's one for you. Here you go. That guy Kefka, he was Sid's first experimental Magitech knight. But the process wasn't perfected yet. Something in Kefka's mind snapped that day. Something I knew. Oh, sure. Blame the good guys. I don't think I've really been in here. I'm kind of intrigued. Doesn't look like anything too special, though. So, basically, what happened was we talked to the guy in the cafe, and he told us about what happened, how Kefka basically became more loony-toony than Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. Yeah, his history. Granted, I'd known about that even beforehand. I had seen they covered it in like wikis and all that, so I knew what had happened. Basically, Kefka was the first in Magitech Knight. The process wasn't completely perfect, and something in Kefka's mind just went, and ever since then, he's just, with more power, he just becomes more... Alright, so we've got a returner sympathizer here with us. He's gonna distract the guards. And I know there's something at Vector's Inn about being scammed, but to be honest, I really don't feel like being scammed tonight, so I'm just going to go ahead and skip that one. But apparently, if you go to... I'm going to take a wild guess because I've never actually seen it, but I'm going to guess that if you go to Vector's Inn, somehow you get scammed. How exactly, I'm not really sure, but... Alright, so... Thank you, old-timey returners guy. Now this here is actually one of my favorite songs, especially in the first half. I don't know why I like it so much, but I do. Some call it Devil's Lab, others call it the Magitech Research Facility. I just stick with the lab. And I'm still spamming Fire Dance from Sabin. Because reasons. Save and learn fire. Cue the Beavis and Butthead joke. I want to say that if I go back, up to that area I was just at, I get the feeling that there's some sort of item up there. I can't remember. It's been a while since I played through this. At least in detail. There we go. Edgar has learned poison. Great. To anyone that might be joining in, welcome. Yep, I was right. Aha! And then who has... Whoop. Who has what? Yeah. I mean, I've been a fan of this for more than half my life. I started, first time I ever played Final Fantasy VI was, I think it was about 13, 14, roughly. And, how the hell do you get back now? Oh. But, it was about when I was 13 or 14, and I'm actually going to be 31 in about 6 days, Tuesday of next week, so... so yeah, I mean, yeah, I thought so. I thought so. 1,000 gil stolen. Well, I will say this. You're not stealing gil from me. That innkeeper comes towards me, he's going to have a problem. But no, I've been playing Final Fantasy VI for well over half my life. It's been my favorite video game of all time for many, many, many years. Wait, now it decides to... Okay, seriously, that's stupid, but alright, whatever. We got a tincture or an ether if you are playing the Game Boy Advance version. Well, Game Boy Advance iOS, I should say. So we got the Thunderblade now. I can't remember, but I get the feeling that randomly casts fire. Okay, I didn't... Runic and two-hand. Okay. I don't know why, but okay, okay. One step later. Proto armor. Oh, he only knows fire. Okay. Uh-oh. Somebody needs to be cured. There we go. Nothing like spamming cure. Yeah, I've been playing Final Fantasy VI more than half my life, and there's even some things even I don't think I've seen, and that was one of them. I want to make sure that I keep everybody healed up as best as I can. And apparently, there we go. Okay. So we don't have any other, let's see. Manage your way into the building in the Imperial base. Sorry, I'm reading through the challenges again. Find both chocobo stables on the southern continent. That might be one we can try out. Sorry, these headphones aren't nearly as great as I usually like them to be, so they're a little bit older. Okay. Alright, so now... Uh-oh. The statues, or as they're called in the Game Boy Advance iOS versions, the Warring Triad. There's a couple of espers. What a dick. Well, here's the strange thing. You'd think he'd still be down there, but... nope, he's gone. I'm just gonna go around and try to collect the other treasures here, especially because we're gonna need that tent. Can you tell I like fire? Lock, learn, muddle, okay. Alright. Okay. like there was something over this way as well. Plus it gives us a chance to grind a little bit as we're looking. Hold on a second. Yeah? I'm Peachy. What's up? Late tomorrow night? 11 p.m. late? I don't know why. I should be able to. Yeah, that's fine. I can take you out there. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I've got no problems with that. I can get you out there. We can pick him up. Yeah, understandable. Alright, sounds good. Yeah, just text me the details. Alright, catch you later, Lindsay. Sorry guys, that was my friend Lindsay. She, oh crap. I forgot, you can't do that. She just needed a ride, know if I could give her a ride out to the airport tomorrow. Her husband, my friend Sydney, is, flying back in from St. Louis. I'm not really sure what he's doing out there. I'm guessing it has something to do with his job, but so I'm gonna take her out there tomorrow and pick him up. That way they don't have to pay for all that stuff. Sorry, I kind of blanked there for a moment. Are you still with us, Red Wolf, or did you crash? Okay, so you are still with us, you're just having technical difficulties. Guess I'm not the only one. I am getting the messages, Red Wolf. I'm not sure what's going on your end, if it's internet issues or what, but if you're watching this now on the YouTube channel, I am getting the messages. So I'm sorry you're having such trouble, bud. I'd say, if anything else, try a reboot and see what happens, I guess. Maybe clear a cache of cookies. But we'll continue on. Hopefully we can get some more people in here. I haven't checked to see who else is all in the chat since I oh, now it shows me. Sorry, I like to check on my my own personal Twitter, or not Twitter, Twitch, See how many people are in the room. We get enough people in here, for goodness sakes. So here's the interesting thing. You talk to this Esper, Shiva, she doesn't do anything. You come over here, and Ifrit strikes. Yeah, I think he crashed too. But it's nice to see you're still here with us, Phantom. I don't think I'm gonna get anything item-wise. Yeah. I wonder if I can suplex him. Yeah, I don't think it's anything on my end because I've got a damn good connection on this end, but it's hard to say. Look at me, I'm not even at work and I'm troubleshooting slow speeds. For those who don't know, I actually do help desk support for a major bank, we'll put it that way. There we go. We should be back at full health now. We'll use Ramu. I know it's not going to do a damn thing, but okie doke. Okay, I guess for a moment there I thought that I was dealing with Sabin. There we go. So I got a few people in here. They drained our power, so then they threw us away to... We haven't long to live. It does a little bit, I'll grant you that, Phantom. Ah, crap. There we go. I'm sure a little bit. Like from every time I hear the beginning, you know, those first few notes of Aerith's theme song, I always think it's the same. That it sounds so much like the beginning of the opera when Celeste sings from this song, from this game. So, I think, if I recall, though, I think this is actually one of the first games in which every one of the main characters had their own theme song. I don't recall their. I'm trying to think of Final Fantasy IV, for example. I don't think they had individual theme songs. If they did, I don't remember it very well. 31 years old in 6 days. I must be old! Where's my walker? Alright. So, let's deal with setting skills. So, you're going to be finished here in just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and teach you Fire 2. You're just going to keep going where you're at. And then I'm just going to teach her Shiva, since she's already got ice abilities. I mean, hell, you might as well. Oh, for heaven's sakes. I'm sorry about that, guys. I just got word from the Yahoo app that, and not to ruin a night of fun with bad news, but I want to take a moment while I'm playing here. We need to get over our hatred of one another. I'm telling you, it's getting old as crap. Apparently, what's happened is, in a second night of protests after the last police shooting, apparently someone else has been shot and killed now. I don't get it, folks. I mean, personally, I'll say this much about myself on that matter. I'm the kind of guy, when I look at somebody, whether it's the person next to me or across the room, or whoever. I don't care what color your skin is. I don't care what gender you are, how old you are, what religion you follow, you know, how exactly you do the truffle shuffle. I don't really give a damn. When you get right down to it, ladies and gentlemen, we're all the same. Same 2 arms, same 2 legs, same basic build. It's just that we look different, we sound different, and that's what people single out. The late comedian George Carlin, actually, in one of his late shows, pointed out something really interesting. When he made note that human beings seem to be the only species on this planet that basically kills one another, whether it's for fun, or God forbid for sport, but we're the only ones that really tend to kill one another in a sick, sadistic way. And I think that's rather sad. All I can do is, is talk about it and hope that, people will listen and go, okay, maybe he's right. But it's just disappointing in the world that we live in. I wish it were a lot better. People would use common sense. No wonder the Vulcans don't stop by and say hello. I think they said it best in Star Trek. Human beings are illogical creatures. Well, no duh. Anyway, enough of that. Back to the fun here. All I'm going to say about it left is I hope the violence ends soon, because I can't keep watching that crap. Anywho, here we go. So we've got this interesting robotic boss here. This guy's a pain in the butt. I'll tell you what I'll do for the health. I'm going to cast regen on everybody. I'm going to go ahead and knock Sabin out of that little berserk stance. There we go. Let's see if this works. Whoops! But I guess that means we know one thing. Let's see what his weakness is now. Ice. That's the problem with this guy. Thank God for physical attacks, though. There we go. I knew we had to have been close. And we got the now, I hate to say it, but I know what's coming next. Once again, we're gonna have to empty everybody out because, or empty, at least sell us out because, yeah. Alright, so I'm pulling up the chat, or not the chat, I am pulling up the discussion again, because we're going to have a little bit of something to discuss here in a second. So, ladies and gentlemen, we finally found Sid. Every damn Final Fantasy has one. And this is Sid from 6. Sid Del Norte, I believe his name is. Yeah, Locke is a little too quick to judge. Ow. Uh-oh. Looks like Shiva came back to us. So everyone needs to pay close attention to Sid here. I do know that this next part is going to be a pain in the butt. Okay, so try to scoot away from my backdrop here so it doesn't necessarily bump into me, I guess. If it does, I guess. That didn't sound quite right. That laugh didn't really sound quite right, but okay. Okay, so we're gonna have a little stretch here where it's just automatic battles. And then eventually one of these battles is going to be a boss battle. I'm sure right now, if he's watching this on YouTube, that Red Wolf is getting a little bit jealous of my whistling, as he was talking about earlier. Oh. Yes, for those who have not heard me do voices, now is your chance. As I'm going to try to spice this up a little bit with some voices, like maybe one that's a little bit perfect. I've always told my friends that out of all the voice actors, I think the most fun would be Chris Rager, the guy that voices Hercule and Mr. From Dragon Ball Z, and Mr. Torg from Borderlands. Or rather, Borderlands 2. Just because I can do that same voice, and I would love to have a conversation where I'm Hercule and he's Torg. You're like, yeah! Explosions? I'm fucking disorganized that shit. That was just me half-assing it. Block, learn, float. It's just too bad I can't switch espers right now. What a shame. What a shame. Hello again, Goku. Yep, there's my Master Roshi. Alright. Where's that boss battle at? I'm guessing that's probably next. Yep. I was right. This son of a bitch is tough. Well, if you're not careful enough. It's a good thing that I think all three of these guys can cure. No, actually not all three, but we've got 2 healers, so if we need it. In these boss battles where there's a main part that you're trying to destroy, it's always better to just go for the main part directly. Don't worry about the smaller tendrils in this case. That's all Locke is good for right now, is healing. There we go. Saban's ready to go again. Let's get back to business with this guy. There we go. So if you take out the middle guy, the main part of the body, everything dies at once. And that's the way to do it. I'm going to teach him some ice magic. It's time you learn to heal. Uh-oh. Wait, if you go back up here? So you can actually go back into the Magitech research facility, but if you notice, it's actually vibrating. It's exploding somewhere. So we're gonna get the hell out of there. I keep going to magic for him instead of blitz. Now, I mentioned earlier a discussion that we're going to have about Sid, and we'll wait until we get out of the Empire for that. One of those kind of things. Welcome back, Setzer. Crud! What a mess! What a mess! I don't think so. You won't get away. Is Kefka playing the crane game? I wonder what prize he's gonna win. That was my poor, pathetic attempt at Kefka's laugh. Yes. Right. Speaking of which, maybe we should be leaving. Alright, so this is going to be our first battle with Setzer. We're going to scan one of these things. This one is weak to water. Bugger. Setzer, we kind of need you up here. I know one of them has a weakness to one thing. And he's out again. There we go. That should make things a little bit more even. Oh crap. Need to keep all of our characters alive, first off. Good thing we got so many goddamn Phoenix now. Okay. Guess I'm gonna have to hit him with physical attacks, because I don't know. There we go. Finally, someone learned Cure 2. Yeah, haul ass. And that's our story. Oh, well, that's an interesting tale. So now we're going to find out exactly why this chapter was called Origins. I don't know how many people we have in here. If you're in the chat room, other than Phantom Archangel, I think you're still here. But anyone else out there, give us a shout. So basically what we're seeing here is a backstory. Before we get too far ahead of ourselves, I'm going to take a quick break. So I can go check on my laundry. So